As game developers, we know how important marketing is to our game. Of course, there's different ways of doing that, whether it's doing YouTube videos like this, just general ads on the internet, as well as other ways like conventions. And so what better way to find out than actually ask the devs themselves?
With the one and only team of Desert Beagle. Tell us about yourself, your game, your team, and kind of what you guys do.
My name is Jake. I'm the lead developer of Crush Zone Demolition Derby at Desert Beagle. We're a team of about 4 now, but with 3 devs working on Crush Zone.
When was the first time you guys showcased at a convention? And I guess, was there initial fear going into it?
So with our first convention, we decided to start off at the deep end in PAX.
Yep.
We thought, they got an indie section. This will be easy. It was not easy. They normally give you a document saying, hey, it's about 2 meters wide or so. I thought, okay, I'm going to bring this 27-inch monitor, thinking, yeah, that'll be fine for a big crowd. When we put it on the table, it looks like a tablet on a desk. So what we ended up doing was we went to Josh's mum's house, borrowed her TV for the weekend, and we chucked it on the booth.
It's interesting because I've seen some booths do single monitors or big monitors, some with massive TVs. Would you suggest for certain games to have a bigger TV?
It really depends on the game. For us, we definitely need a bigger TV for split screens. But if we had say online multiplayer, we could definitely get away with a small monitor per person. Say if you're a story game as well, you don't need a big screen. Actually, now that you mentioned that part though, having a big screen on top to showcase the game to people walking by, while the person also plays on a small screen, does wonders.
Obviously, the TV was an issue. Were there any other technical difficulties in terms of controllers? Were computers working? Even stuff with the build. Did you guys not touch a build a week before?
At Desert Beagle, we like to do things last minute. Just yesterday, actually, I did a build just before I left the house, which fixed the memory bug in our game. There's occasionally some errors of controllers and such. Say a controller dies or cable dies, anything like that. Actually, yesterday, when we were setting up Josh's mum's TV, it was broken. So we had to run down to JB Hi-Fi and buy the next one. So, Josh's mum, enjoy your new TV. My bank account is crying right now, but let's move on, shall we?
And in terms of actually being at the convention, maybe those who are doing it by themselves, maybe just 2 of them, would you have any suggestions in terms of taking breaks? How much energy does it take?
Yeah, that is a very good question. In the indie developers showcasing at a booth, you have to manage your energy, otherwise you'll burn out before you know it. It's very helpful having helping hands. Say we went to university together, so we had a couple of friends that we stuck with, and we have our team, so that's not an issue for us. But solo devs going solo, I strongly suggest bringing a friend along to help out. It makes the difference. As for the time frame though, you may think, once I get to the con I can relax. It's a full weekend. You have to set up the booth, and then you have to manage it. We've got to make sure everything's running, people are coming and playing. It's a whole lot, but it is worth it in the end because you get to see people enjoying a game, and that's the main part.
If you were starting again, doing a new booth, new company, new game, but you have the knowledge that you have now, what would you go into organizing, showcasing an event like this?
Main thing is doing your research, seeing what other developers have experienced, say watching this nice interview with Nathan, and seeing what other people have said about their experiences. Once you figured out, okay, this is what it's like roughly, write it down into documentation, plan out what you're going to do and who you're going to allocate. So if you're going to go solo, think, okay, do I need to hire someone else to help out? Because what if I need to take a break from the booth to eat food or something? Have your finances sorted beforehand. Because unexpected incidents like that TV, if we didn't have money, we would have to find a very cheap TV, which would have been difficult, at least to say. But if you have your finances sorted out beforehand, you can be ready for any hiccup.
And have you guys seen much of a response in terms of, for example, wish lists are always a big thing at these events? Do you see a return in coming to events like this?
Oh, definitely. So it does help get your game out there and let people know what you are doing. Sure, you can promote it online, but no one actually sees it until they play it. Here, they can walk up and see it and then play it instantly with no needing to download or anything like that. It is just straight there, ready for people to come and play.
Do you have anything you want to shill or share?
Wishlist Crush Zone Demolition Derby. We also have a survey on the game and the demo. If you give it a play and let us know, we'll make the game even better based on that feedback.
Awesome. All right, guys, check it out. Links in the description. On to the next person. We've moved down now. Do you mind telling us about yourself, your game, your team, and kind of what you're all about?
Yeah, so my name's Andrew. I'm the lead developer on a game called DEVON. DEVON's a tactical RPG, so think games like XCOM or Baldur's Gate, and it also has a deck builder in it as well. So you're not only playing a turn-based game, but you're also playing a game of cards against the enemy. The team itself, we're a pretty small indie studio. We've got about half a dozen people that work with us, and it's mostly just their spare time. We've been building this one for about 3 years now, and hopefully to do the release this year is the goal.
And how are you finding TGX and just showcasing the game at conventions like this?
I love TGX. I think the thing about TGX is it's a bit more intimate. It's not quite as full on as something like PAX, where you are literally, smiling and talking the whole day, and at the end of it, you've got sore feet and you're absolutely knackered. This one's a bit more chilled. You get to meet people, talk to people, get your network up and going. But having said that, we've had people play the game, over and over again. It hasn't had a break this. I found one bug, so yeah.
What planning goes into showcasing at a convention?
I will give you one really good piece of advice. Have a checklist, right? Right early on, make sure you write down everything from gaffer tape to, posters to pins to t-shirts, whatever it is that you're selling. Have a big list of all those things ready to go. You can actually find them online as well. People have done the same thing, so reach out. I think one key thing is though, go to one early, see what it's all about, and then take notes before you go up there. So I've got a little funny story where basically when we first started started DEVON, my wife came to me and she looked over my shoulder and said, "Oh, what are you doing now?" So I'm making a game. So immediately, without telling me, she went back to her desk and booked us into PAX the next month. And I'm not ready. But at the end of it, we managed to get a build out, and yeah, it was okay in the end. So I guess the lesson is, just have a crack at it. Just do it. Set yourself a goal and you'll get there.
Any highlights from today's event?
This is the first time that we've showcased our physical card game as well. So that's been really interesting. We've had people play it, give us feedback, and people have bought the game for the first time. So we're really happy about that. And that's kind of been a big highlight. The other thing is they're going to have a few activities for the indie devs later on. So we've got an interview by the Indie Brew here tomorrow. They're taking us out for drinks as well. So they're really looking after us this year. Last year it wasn't quite as much, but they've really kind of turned around, put us in an awesome place here, right in the middle. Indie's all in the middle of the conference. So yeah, a lot of focus on the indie stuff, which I'm really happy about.
Anything you want to shill or promote? Where can people find you? Best way to support you, that sort of stuff?
Our company name is called Covyne, Covyne. If you go to covyne.com, all of our links are there, all of our games are there. But if you just search DEVON game, I'm on pretty much every social media platform there is. Also on Saturday mornings, I do live coding for the game as well. So on Twitch, so people can jump on, they can ask me questions. You can ask me questions about anything. I've done nearly 30 years in the IT industry. So people come on and talk about engineering questions or leadership or game development, anything you like. Every Saturday morning at about 10 o'clock Melbourne time.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
On to the next booth. I'm here with the team of Suspicious Jam. Tell about yourself, the team, and what the heck you guys are showcasing.
Hey, I'm Andrew at Suspicious Jam. We're today showcasing King of Ping Pong Mega Mix. Our first game released last year in November. It's our first time showcasing today, and it's pretty awesome. We got a lot of people playing the game, a lot of people getting addicted, and just like sitting down and like, oh my god, I gotta beat this boss, It's kind of crazy.
Can you tell me a bit about the game and how you guys made it?
Punch-Out is the main way I can explain it, because it's sort of this one-on-one duel with the enemy who's sending you to go left and right and defend and attack.
And this is your first time showcasing a game at a convention like this, yeah?
I've done some in the past, but nothing this big. It's not as big as PAX, so fortunately I'm not talking all day. However, it's not quiet. It's definitely not quiet. We got someone always sitting at the seats, always keeping it warm. So it's not easy, but it's very fun.
What do you think is the hardest part of going to conventions like this and showcasing?
I think it's really just about knowing what the player wants, or knowing what the audience wants. Everyone here they're different, all kind of different ages. You don't know if you want to go and like, hey, come here, play our game. You don't know if you want to just let them browse, and then I think most of the time is a bit of mix of both. You want sort of to let people come through, get the vibe of the game, slowly pull them in, be like, hey, you want to try it out, you want to give it a go, you know, seats free, that kind of thing. It's really difficult understanding what the people here want.
Going into, for example, someone who's planning to showcase their game for the first time, what would you suggest they do before they actually come to an event like this?
It really depends what you want to do. I think you just want to find a goal. You want to come here. We came here to promote the game, really get some sales, get some people knowing about the game, because the game's already out. Unlike most games that are typically in development or that have some kind of wish list system, we're done. Our main thing is to get out here and see how many people play the game. We also want to test how people react to the game. We're about to finish our final update. We want to get the fine tune. We've never really gotten much live player feedback. It's really good to sort of finally see that.
Have you had any issues during the day so far?
No major issues. I think as a convention sits, there's people, I call them game hoggers. They'll sit there for ages and playing the game. But we've set up 2 screens, which is very good. I think it's not something you can do in every convention, but it's something that we've done that's worked really well. If someone's hogging in the game, someone else can play. Because we want the person to enjoy the game. We want everyone to enjoy the game. We don't want to necessarily boot someone off. However, just let them get satisfied and finish the game.
Would there be any advice to those who are starting out, maybe whether they're building their first game or looking at these events kind of afraid of what they're getting themselves into? What advice would you give them to give them a bit more confidence going into it?
I think as you develop a game, you're going to find more confidence in your own game. You're going to want to go to these events. I think the main thing is probably finding what you want to make, finding what you or your team, finding what works for you. Sometimes a game might take too long. I think you should sometimes scale back, try to get something out there, just no matter how small it is, no matter how big it is, just try and get your game out there.
Anything you want to shout outs, where can people support you, get the game, that sort of thing?
Ping Pong Mega Mix is out on Steam. You can get it. It is 8 AUD, about 6 USD.
Scan the QR code.
QR code.
Scan it. Scan it.
It's there. Get it.
Scan the code. Did you get it? All right, cool.
Otherwise, wishlist it. You can wait for it to go on sale. Come follow us on social media. It's mostly just Subscription Jam, and we've got another link. I think did you do this side?
I don't know which side I did. Which side did I do? Was it this side?
One of them is Discord. I think this side is the Discord. This side is the game. So
all right. So what? That's Discord, and that's the game.
Yes. So
all right. Is that in focus? Discord, the game. Do it. Support these guys. They're awesome.
If there's any issues, any feedback, come to us on Discord. Reach out on social media, all that kind of stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. On to the next booth, I guess. Do you want to give us an intro on who you are and what you're doing?
Yeah, my name's Martin. From Spork Tank. My game is RITA. We're here at TGX and we're showcasing the game. RITA is a cozy adventure puzzle game where you explore the world as a chicken. You pick up letters and shards of newspaper, and then you'll get stuck in the world. So you open up your newspaper and there'll be like little crosswords like this. Solve that, and then you'll be able to make progress in the world. So maybe you'll get a new ability, or maybe something will change and you can keep moving forward. So a bit of a Metroidvania in that regard. It's kind of just me. I'm the only developer, but I do outsource things. Like I've got a fantastic musician doing the music. My cousin has done a lot of the artwork, and you'll see my family around here helping a lot. It's me kind of on paper, but a lot of people helping.
And how's it been coming to conventions like this and showcasing the game?
Yes, this is my second one ever, so I'm still a bit new to it. But yeah, it's such a thrill to have people play the game. Like that's like one of the biggest rewards you can have, other than maybe selling your game. So yeah, learning a lot from that, and then a bit of arts and crafts, setting up the booth behind us, as we can see. But yeah, my second one ever, learning it, enjoying it.
What do you wish you'd known when you first started, for example, with the last convention you did, going into it?
Start your marketing earlier, buy things along the way, get ready earlier, and then it's not such a big upfront cost when you do one. Be prepared to go to quite a few. I met some guys earlier today, they did, I think it's their 16th one in a year or 2 years. So yeah, it's a slog. The PCs or whatever you play it on are going to be expensive, so make sure if your game is high fidelity, you have something ready to go. I'm lucky it's quite lo-fi, so I can get away with some of those cheap mini PCs. If you have to travel, make sure you can move everything. I'm lucky that I'm in Melbourne at TGX where we are, so I don't have to move too much. But yeah, those two things.
And are there any kind of gotchas or roadblocks you have during the day that kind of turns you into a panic?
The lights fell off earlier. I bought Velcro that was the wrong side, if you know what I mean, like the two-sided Velcro. Something's always going to crop up. Make sure you have a lot of hands around to help you. I'm lucky enough to have all that.
And how's been the reception for the game and kind of actually seeing people play it? What's that experience like as a developer?
Oh, it's great. I get like a thrill of when someone, you can see sort of when they like, don't know what's happening, and then they go, oh, and they get a bit hooked. And that's like the best feeling, to know that they're hooked. It's quite difficult to get people to that point. So a lot of the early game needs a bit of work, but I think once people get to the point that they get the hook and they get the loop, yeah, it's really satisfying.
And I guess for those who are starting out, maybe they're wanting to go to the next convention, that sort of thing, what advice would you give them going into it?
Yeah, come to one first, ask around. I came to this last year, so I roughly knew what it would be like. Yeah, ask around and just have a lot of hands on deck, and just try, learn by doing, learn by failing, and keep moving on. Like, no one's going to judge you here, so just have a go.
Awesome. And I guess where can people find the game, find the info, and the best way to support you?
RITA on Steam, that's the best way to support the game. If you're here at TGX, come and have a play, come and vote for us. That would also help. We have some other games. We have Batography on Steam, which is a free game, cozy game if you like that. And we have Asymmetric Escape, which is a puzzle game. So RITA's a bit of a blend of puzzle and cozy. So if you like any of that, come down, have a play, or find us on all the socials.
Should be in the description, if not on the video right now.
Say hello on Discord or say hello in real life.
All right, on to the next booth. Do you mind telling us your name, the game, and kind of give us the pitch of what you're working on?
Sure. My name is Marcus Geary, and I'm making the CO2 Catcher. It's an arcade game for mobile, so it's on Android and iOS, and it's about saving the world from global warming while showing different technologies about carbon capture and green energy.
Is it second time now at a game convention?
Yes, I did TGX last year as well, and it was really fun, so I came back.
And what was your experience kind of when you first went to TGX last year?
I learned a lot from last year, so it was kind of nearly a test run for me. So I learned what works and doesn't work. For instance, I got a brand new large poster you can see behind me to catch people's eyes more. I got just like a nice tablecloth to fit in the theme of green, like the green ground and the blue sky. And I got a new phone so that there's multiple devices for people to play on.
And how's the reception been? People reacting to it?
Reception's been really good. People like the concept of the game. They like the game mechanics because there's a tree that comes down and absorbs the CO2 because the trees breathe in CO2 and breathe out oxygen. So most people seem to really like the game, and it's good to see that the kids actually engage with it and keep going past even the 5th level. They're still playing, so I'm happy with it.
For those who might be looking at going to something like TGX in the future, what advice would you give them for things like planning, what they should bring, how they can be better prepared?
I think have a large poster, because last year I only had 3 small ones. I don't think it caught people's eye enough, so have a big poster with your logo on it. That really helps, because there people can read it from a distance, because people don't come close to your booth while they're walking past all the others. And I think another good thing is to have a reset button in your game. I may put a reset button in my game, and it works really well because people see it, they hit resets, they know they can start the game fresh to get the fresh experience of what it's like being a new player. That's really important.
Where can people find the game, find your work, and kind of best support you as a dev?
So at the moment, you can find me on my website, which is mogcatcompany.com. There'll be links there to my Instagram and YouTube. So it will be on Android and iOS, but I'm just fixing up the last few things about integrating it into the Android and iOS ecosystem, but then it will be up on both of the stores.
I'm really excited for you to see how it goes, and hopefully I can see more conventions and kind of see it all grow. It's really exciting, meeting with devs like you. I think each year it's kind of fun to see each other again, being like, oh, it's really good. So that's all from now. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And so I hope you found this video helpful. Be sure to check out all the devs and their games and what they're working on. And as well, hopefully some of you found, or at least one of you found, the secret keys hidden in this video for one of the game devs' games. So you got to find the video, pause it, find the spot somewhere to redeem it on Steam. Again, thank you to all the devs and for you all watching, and I'll see you in the next video.